How to get any celebrity to wear your product. Now, this is the best part, is because you can actually do it for free. Whereas you use a PR company, it can cost you over 5,000 plus per month, which is what I paid when I was at New York Fashion Week. And when you're just starting out, which I know a lot of you guys are, and that's why you're watching this video, you don't want to spend that. That could literally be your inventory money, right? So feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna have tons of free game. And for those that don't know who I am, my name is David Kollar. I've done New York Fashion Week. I've done tons of runway shows. I've had my clothing on top celebrities like Post Malone, Young Thug, Gunna, G-Eazy, the list goes on. In terms of what I've done financially, I've done over 8 figures a year in my fashion brand. I've had over 10 years of experience and I'm still doing my brand today. So if you guys find this helpful, feel free to save this and share it to a friend. This is completely free for you. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And we're gonna dive in here and I'll show you exactly the steps that I take to get almost any celebratory clothes, okay? And also I did do a TikTok and an Instagram reel about this, but it was very short. This is the step-by-step version where I'll tell you how to type it out and everything. So let's dive into it now. For this example, why don't we do Post Malone? He's quite relevant right now because the whole country music stuff going on. So let's type in Post Malone. Okay, so the first step is you're gonna type in Post Malone stylist. That's it. And usually you'll see their name pop up. You can see here, it's popped up 1, 2, 3, 4. It's definitely Catherine Hahn because the algorithm knows it's posting. So I'm gonna click on her Instagram. That's the first step. So the great news is she only has 33,000 followers, guys. This is really good because stylists that doesn't have too many followers are easier to DM and you're not gonna get lost in the DM boxes. And that's why it's great. So I'm just going through here. I can see like there's a lot of pictures of Post Malone. So this gotta be it right here. So what we're gonna do is on my personal account, I'm actually just try it on here. I'm gonna follow. Okay, that's the first step. Then what I like to do is I usually like to like a few photos. Okay, you can do this on your personal brand account depending on which one has more followers. I want to make it more personal. So she also styles this artist too, Orville Peck. I believe he's pretty popular country singer as well. So here's the thing too, okay? So what you have to understand is if you're gonna dress up a celebrity, make sure the piece is somewhat loud because celebrities want to stand out. So when you're designing your collection, right? Just know, I always teach my students, the brands that actually work with me on a one-on-one basis, I teach them that when you're designing a collection, you shouldn't just be designing a basic collection with basic tees, basic jeans, etc. What you need to be doing is actually designing, I would say 60% of the products that you know are trendy, that work well for you, that could be basic. And then I have around 20% where I focus mostly on a core product, something that's gonna sell over and over again, that's easy to buy. So for example, if you're running Facebook ads or Instagram ads or TikTok shop and no one's ever heard of you, they're probably reluctant to buy a shirt that's $500 or a pair of jeans $500 because they never heard of you. Now, if you have a core product, let's say a basic t-shirt, a hat, something that is soft, has good selling points, maybe good fabric, silhouette, fits well. Now with this product, you want to sell it for under 100. So when someone who has never heard of you will land on your website, they're going to click on it. And now they're going to want to buy this core product because it's affordable. They don't have to think twice about it. Usually if it's over 100, you're going to think twice, you come back. And so that's one of the things I teach. And then the 10% is what I call a celebrity piece. These are the loud pieces that you probably wouldn't wear to go to the grocery store. We're talking about like diamonds on it or bright colors, red jacket, something crazy, velvet jacket, like something loud. And those are the pieces that celebrities want because they want to stand out when they're doing a show. So if you want a higher chance of these stylists to hit you up, make sure you have at least that 10% celebrity pieces, okay? And that when I say 10%, you look to make 2 or 3 pieces that are really loud and make low quantity. Make like 5, 6 samples, even just make a sample for that celebrity, okay? So that's what I would do before hitting up the stylist. So let's continue now. So now what we're gonna do is we found her. So I'm gonna go to her website as well, okay? So we got an Instagram website. So Catherine Hahn, okay, so we have film, TV, music, video, commercials, editorial, red carpet, live shows. And you wanna go to contact. And then it shows all her work, direct contact. So now you got 2 options to message her, okay? So save the website for after. The first step is just to DM her, okay? Also, don't send any weird pictures to her, if you know what I mean. Just keep it very simple. Keep it casual. Don't be a creeper and send a 3-paragraph message or write a poem to her. You don't want that. You want to write something very simple to get her attention. And remember, this is the hack, okay? A lot of people will DM the stylist. The first thing they would do is, hey, love that you post, that you work with Post Malone. Can I send some stuff to Post Malone? You know how many messages she gets like that? It's insane. So the problem here I see is I have a men's clothing company. So she's gonna know if I send her something, it doesn't make sense because she's a woman. So you have a higher chance as a dude, because if you have men's clothing and it's a men's stylist, you can be like, hey, I want to send you clothing. For a girl, you can still do it. I have hats, I have jewelry sometimes, so I'm gonna go with that angle instead. Okay. Do not mention trying to dress the artist. They already know what you want. Okay. But you want to make it seem like you appreciate who they are, right? And what they're doing. And maybe you actually do like it, because I'm looking at her style. Her style is actually really cool. So I actually genuinely like her style. So I'd love to send my pieces to her. And what happens when you send it to them, or the girl, the guy, they're automatically, they like your pieces and you show them their website. They're going to go and message you like, hey, can you also send some of these pieces for posts as well? Let's continue. So from here, I'm just going to write, hey, Catherine, huge fan of your work. I think you have such amazing style. I have a brand called by David Kollar. We are currently sold out, but we're dropping new items in about 2 weeks. I would love to gift you some items for yourself if you are interested. Also, where are you located? Something like that. Okay, you start with some of that. You obviously don't have to copy that exact thing, but for me, I feel like that works best. So, you know, where you located, the reason I like that is because I kind of want to build rapport. Usually I keep it more shorter. For this example, I'm actually showing you everything, but usually I'll do it quite short. Usually I'll be like, hey, Catherine, love your style. I have a brand called by David Kollar. Feel free to check out some of the styles, and usually I'll send a picture. So let's just say I had a picture for my brand. So let me pull this up now. Something that Post Malone might wear is kind of, I can do something like this because it shows the hats, the Western hats, because I know Post Malone loves the Western stuff. I might have to go my DM and send it through my phone, because I don't think you can send a picture through this. So let me see. Oh, what's interesting, it's actually blocked me from sending pictures. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Maybe because she's not following me, there's just no pictures being able to be sent. And what I'll do is I'll wait a few days. If there's no response, I'd be like, hey, just following up if you got this message. And if you still don't, she probably didn't read it. So then you can just send it here. And usually you want to add URLs that she can click on. Okay. And then do this for a few different celebrities. Don't just rely on one. And if she doesn't respond, then you just keep hitting her up every 4 months with new products. At some point, she will check her email for sure. But this is how I kind of do it. And then in terms of like just working with influencers, very similar as well. What I like to do is I'll start with opening chatgpt.com. Like, who is the top fashion influencer for men currently? Okay, so let's start with that. Another hack is if you go to Outlander magazine, there's tons of people following here. And if you go through it, you're going to find a lot of fashion heads. Everyone here is a potential fashion head. So that's an option. And then from here, so what you can do is just type in a search of men's influencer or men's fashion. And here you're gonna find a lot of different influencers that might be good for you. Find someone that actually can fit your product well. And if you like their style too. So let's just say this guy, for example. He's a very low following, which would be easy to DM. His engagement is actually not bad at all. He's getting, it's not the best engagement, but if you like his product shots, there's 3 types of influencers, right? There's influencers for content, there's influencers for hype, and there's influencers kind of where you have to pay to play, right? So this one, let's say, is more for content. He can shoot stuff, in return, he gets free gear, okay? This, I'd probably just do it a full exchange of clothing for shoot. If you start looking at someone like a high-end model, for example, let's keep looking at more influencers. I'm gonna go back. So for the example, let's go Daniel Simmons. So this guy here at 1.1, he's someone you might have to pay, okay? But his content is really nice and clean. Even his reels, I'm sure you go to his reels, he's really known for his reels. So like stuff like this, he's getting high views. Someone like this, you know, if you were to message him, I'm not sure if I messaged him in the past. Let's see. Yeah, so I obviously messaged him back in 2018. He has his own clothing line, so it's gonna be hard. But pretty much for guys like this one here, let me show you. Let me find someone. This guy's cool. A cool style, high following. So I'm gonna be, he has a management, I could tell here too. So I'm gonna write, hey, Ader. Make sure I spelled his name wrong. His name right. Your style is amazing, bro. I would love to send you some clothing if you are interested. All right, and usually I'll put my Instagram so you can check it out. We're currently sold out, but we have a new collection dropping in 2 weeks. And so you want to make like some sort of Google Sheet, or you can use monday.com, which is what I like to use to organize all the influencers you reach out to. And what you want to do is you hit this button here and you're going to see more users similar to this guy. So the goal is to literally hit this message to as many people as possible. And then out of 100, you might get 2. Out of 1,000, you might get 50. So the goal of this is just to send it out. They're either going to say, yes, I like it, and send it to them. Don't negotiate any money or price. Just send it to them. Now, if they have a high following like this guy, he might say, hey, I charge money for this. So if you would like this, I can charge you this much. And then you just figure out who you want to actually pay money to and who you don't. So that's kind of the goal of kind of reaching out to influencers like this. And then if you go here, you can do the same exact thing. Usually, you know, what I'll do is I'll copy all this. I think you can follow them too to make it seem like authentic. And I just put hey. And I put his name. Send. So usually I like to find a few guys that will fit the style well and send out this message, right? And this is the best way to kind of reach out to influencers and just change the name. If you don't know his name, just hit that. This guy's more fitness. This guy's cool style too. So basically you just kind of hit up the people that you feel it's a right fit for you. I think his name is Lochi. Okay, so I would hit up a few and then I would save it onto like a Google Sheet. So if I was to do it on here, let me show you. So let's just say we're on Google Sheets here. To keep it simple, And I'll leave this at the bottom as well for you guys. This could be celebrity too. So just put influencer and celebrity reach out. So Instagram handle. And then I'll put followers, status, and type. Okay, so what we're gonna do from here is I'm gonna color this in. Color this in. So now we reach out to this guy. I'm gonna put his Instagram handle on here. This is the free way. You can obviously use like monday.com, which is like an app similar to this. Okay, so then followers, 281K, 137, 207, and 161. Okay, and then for status, I would go into drop down, and we're gonna do no reach out, sex, DM, sent follow up, DM. So I'm gonna call this reach out status. Okay, and then the type of influencer. So I'm gonna do another drop down. So insert drop down. We're gonna call it paid influencer. So this is someone that expects payment because it's high following. This is photo influencer or content influencer. So this is someone that you're exchanging just for clothing. And then mix influencer. So this is someone that is either paid or content. We're not sure yet. We're going to figure it out. Okay. So for this one, he's probably going to be a paid one. And then you just copy these two over. If you take these two and drag it down, now you can pick, right? And then I'll do one, not available, or just do dash. Okay. So this one, let's say has 137. This could be a mixed one. So we don't have any, gotta copy this. Okay. Reach out status. So set DM, sent DM, sent DM, and sent DM. And then what I'll do is I'm going to make one more over here. And I'm going to edit this. And you can also change the color if you want, but I'm going to keep it like this for now. So there's been waiting for response. Okay, so waiting for response will be the first one. So currently we're waiting for response. Okay, so now we can keep track of what is going on. And then I'm going to do one more. Let's just dash, which means nothing. And you can also do one more here called dates, action date. So at least you know when the last time you did it. So today is August 28th, 2025. Okay, so that's it. And then every time you make an action, you update this. So you can kind of build this out. And then you can put here celebrity stylists for the celebrity stylist ones. Okay, so I can send you guys a copy of this under the YouTube notes, but this is a good way to kind of, I'm just going to copy this so you can go all the way down. Okay, so you can use the sheets. I'll call this the influencer and celebrity reach out. And so you basically want to keep following up and check. And if there's emails, you can also email them, but keep it very casual, short. Don't keep it too long. And if you can add an image, always add images. But basically, just to give you a breakdown, someone like this would probably be paid. But if you go back to searching men's influencers, men's fashion style, there's certain keywords you can always search. And you can find guys that have lower followers. So you kind of want to mix it up, okay? So if I open this one, 105, okay, that could be a potential. Let's see, this one. And you want to focus on guys that actually try and close. I think that's going to be huge. But there's so many you can go for, guys. There's so many influencers, but basically you want to reach out to at least 500 and one of them will say yes, okay? So this one actually will be good because he could probably exchange for clothing. Let's see what his agency is. So he looks like he's part of a modeling agency. So this one might cost money, but it's worth the shot. So then I'll put him here. 54K. So let's say I sent him a DM. Oh, how about I gotta save this. I might have messed it up. Okay, well, I'll fix this after, guys. It should be all fixed by the time I'm done. But basically, let me make a new one. Just do it together real quick. So drop down, send DM, following up with DM, sent email plus DM, and that's it. Okay, so I would put sent DM. He would be a content influencer because I would want to just exchange for content. Waiting for response, and then August 28, 2025. Okay, so that's pretty much the best way to organize it. If you want to get into celebrities, this is literally the method I use. Try to reach out multiple celebrities. And some stylists, what they do is they actually represent multiple companies. So that's a good way to also get influencers and celebrities, okay?